So today I'm starting off with a little bit different video. As you may or may not know, I have my concealed carry permit valid in the state of Florida. It's also reciprocal in other states that reciprocate with Florida. There's a list somewhere, and it's funny because if you are concealed carrying, even if you're driving in your car and you're on your way to a state from Florida, but you got to pass through another state that doesn't reciprocate with Florida, technically speaking, you got to take it off your body, your being, and put it in a safe, whatever, transport, put it in your trunk, or, okay, we left the state, let me get it back out and conceal carry now if I want to. Doesn't the Second Amendment say we have the right to bear arms? Well, but that state, I mean, really? How stupid. But nonetheless, not that I'm not traveling much anyways. Don't really care that much, but it's still, we should care. But since I don't travel that much, I don't care as much. But I do want to bring it to your attention to show you how ridiculous this country is. But what is a good concealed carry weapon? Now, I'm always a big proponent of stopping power. My favorite caliber of all is a .40 caliber. What about a .45, J-Snip? It's even more stopping power. Correct. Big stopping power with a .45 or a .44 Magnum, whatever. You know, both of those. But can you hit the damn target? Is your wife carrying it? Are you carrying it? And even though you might be a man, can you hit something more than a few feet in front of you? And if you can, how many times did you have to pull the trigger to actually hit the damn bullseye or whatever, or not the bullseye, but the actual target, you know, in a reasonable area? And you have bullet holes all over the damn target. If you answered yes, that gun's not right for you. That caliber and or the gun's not right for you. However, when you have a bigger caliber bullet, chances are, whether you find the best gun in the world that shoots a 45 or 45 in this case, it's still a lot of power. You're gonna have to hold that sucker tight. You know what I mean? It's a lot of power. That's what I'm trying to say. I've shot plenty of them. I just don't. It's just too much. But I've also shot 9mm, 380s, all kinds of stuff. 9's good, but man, I wish I had a little more stopping power. .40 caliber, it is just right for me. And I think for a lot of people, which is why a lot of law enforcement, which used to push 9mm, are now pushing that their officers and deputies use .40 cals. More stopping power. And you can still actually hit something with it without being all over the place because it doesn't kick that much, especially in a full-size, handgun as opposed to like a little compact edition. I happen to have a .40 caliber Smith & Wesson M&P 40. I have two of those. One is a regular full-size, and the other one is a compact edition or version. Shorter grip, shorter barrel length, of course less ammunition that it can hold per magazine because the magazines are smaller than the full-size one. However, it's a little easier to conceal carry for sure than the full-size one. However, it's still a little bulky and it weighs a little bit. And if you're a right-handed or whatever, usually you're going to put on your right hip or something like that. And if you don't have something counterbalancing that on your left side, after a little bit of walking, your hips and things kind of bothering me. So I found this holster online. I kept seeing YouTube, I think it was on a YouTube ad or something. I kept saying, oh, what's that? And they might even be out of Florida, but I can't think of what it's called now, or I'd tell you, but it's more or less a sleeve or a pocket, except it's kind of open to where you could literally do this open and there's no sides, and it's magnetic. So it's good because it flips up by your belt. You put your belt through it, your belt buckles, and then the rest of it slides down. You can put it near your growing area or maybe on your right leg or left leg, or wherever you feel comfortable. And then whenever you need to pull it out, there's like wherever it is, wherever you have it mounted or whatever, inside your pants or shorts or whatever, there's just you're just pulling the inside part of it up. The rest of it attached to the belt buckle stays. So you're kind of folding it upwards, and then it just pops out. You just grab can grab the gun and pull it out. So it's kind of interesting. I noticed when I sat down with it and I get up and out, I don't have it messing with my hip or rubbing my side. It's kind of comfortable, but still bulky. And I got this big, in size anyways, it's kind of a large holster. It's in a rectangle shape. So I'm like, all right. And I've concealed carry a few times recently, and I was just like, Again, I can't, it's uncomfortable even with the compact 40. And the 9mm is not much smaller at all. It's very close to the same size. And I'm thinking, well, the right size, I already knew this, but the right size is a 380. 380 is just the right size because they're small, yet they're much more powerful than a 25 or a 22 or whatever, or even a 32. But there's not a lot of stopping power. However, if you get the right ammo, the right hollow point ammo, it can change, it can make all the difference in the world. So I was doing a little research recently, as in today, which is the 17th of April, and I found another Smith & Wesson, which I'm very happy with their firearms. It is called the, what's it called? The Guard, something Guard? Hold on. Smith & Wesson 380 Bodyguard. 380 Bodyguard. And it's actually an M&P also, like my other ones. And the M&P stands for military and police or whatever. That's what it means. But they have some of these that already have a built-in laser. And I love having a laser. Again, in an emergency, you can quickly pull that thing out with that laser on, and you know exactly where that bullet's going. You don't have to, let me make sure I'm aiming right. You don't even have to aim. Point it, see the laser, and just hit your target if you need to. So, did a little research, and I think I found the right combination of 380 ammo with this particular gun, which really could be used in any 380 for the most part. But I like the Smith & Wesson, and they had a deal going on at that exact moment at a gun store here in Florida known as Shoot Straight. And he said, oh, we've got these on sale for $350, and there's a $50 mail-in rebate from the manufacturer, which brings it down to $299. And I already called a couple places to see what they were talking about, and they're all, throwing retail prices out at me. No, not happening. So I went to gunbroker.com, found some auctions. They're on there. But, $35 to ship it. Then I got to pay another $25 for the FFL transfer to the pawn shop or whoever locally. $25, $35. Doesn't make sense. A little bit cheaper. Doesn't make sense, though. So I called Shoot Straight. They've got them in stock. So I'm going to show you the ammunition in a second. I want to show you this gun that I got. And it comes in a box like this right here. Okay. And this nice little case, you can see the size of my hand, about the size of this. You open it up. It's already holstered within the case. Got an extra magazine over here, plus the one in the gun, which is not in the gun right now. It's sitting on my desk. So there's 2 magazines. They hold 6 rounds, plus one in the chamber if you needed a 7th. Again, it's got, you can tell it has the built-in laser, this model, because of that red button. And on both sides, you can get to it in case you're left or right-handed. So all you're going to do is press the button. And I don't know if I can blind you or not, but I'm going to try. Yeah. Well, you can see it on anyways on my screen. On. So you hit the button again. It flashes, actually. Quickly flashes. Not really sure why I'd want that as opposed to just a red dot. I guess maybe in the daylight you might see it easier because it's flashing or something. I don't know. And then you flash it, hit it again, it's off. Plain and simple. And I'm going to look after I'm done doing this video sometime tonight or tomorrow. How do I change the battery in this thing when it goes out? And I think you got to take the slide off. And it does have some little tools, which it did come with in that box, in that case. It's not very hard to cock. I had one of my 11-year-olds try, and no sweat. And she was I was going to say the weaker of the two, but if she can do it, the other one can do it. Because I ultimately would like to take them down to the gun range. They're now 11 years old. I asked them today, is there an age limit? Because it's not really a limit. It's more or less, can they see over the stand, or the area where you shoot, and actually aim over it and, not be under it. I said, okay. Because I'd like to start taking them to shoot. What a perfect gun, a 380. There's not a lot of kick. It's not going to, scare them. It's not that loud. Of course, we're going to have earmuffs anyways. But so far I'm pretty satisfied with this gun. They also make this little slot right here, there's nothing here. On another version of this same gun, you can ask for it. Is an additional safety, basically. Now, my safety is simply I don't run around with my weapon. I mean, I do have the magazine, and these are the bullets I'm going to tell you about in a second. I do have the magazine in it when I'm concealed carrying. I just choose not to cock it and have one in the chamber. I feel like if anything happens and I got to pull this thing out, as I'm pulling it out, I'm gonna hit that slide fast. I mean, I'm gonna pull it out, and that's it. I don't want this thing in my pocket loaded without a safety where, you know, you're digging in there the wrong way, you know, and you happen to hit the trigger. And it's not a hairy trigger. You've got to pull. Let's just double check. Always be safe. You got to really, you know, it's not a hairy trigger, and then there's a little bit of length to pull on it. So that's good. So while I was there, and again, this is light. This weighs around 11 or 12 ounces or something. When I put this magazine in here, which there's 6 in here, again, you could put one in the chamber. I don't roll like that. I'm going to cock it, so that'll give me 6 bullets total. I put it on the scale a minute ago. It weighs roughly 14 ounces loaded, you know, with magazine in, bullets in them, etc., ready to go. That is just less than a pound. And I thought, man, my freaking wallet almost weighs that much in my left, you know, which now I'll be putting in my left pocket instead of my right pocket. So I looked at reviews first, like I always do, got a lot of opinions, had at least a 4-star rating pretty much everywhere I looked. There's some Rugers out there that are new, but I'm hearing people talking about jams and problems, and I'm like, yeah, not feeling that, and it's cheaper. They don't have the laser, and I don't want to put an aftermarket. I love a weapon like this that has a laser built in, and one that is directly under the barrel, or like the Crimson grips, they'll have them back here, right next to the slides, and it's actually right next to the barrel. So it's just a hair under it, and right by the slide. So it's even closer to the barrel than this one is under here. So it's, you know, it's even closer. So whatever. But those are aftermarket grips that I used to have on one of my guns a long time ago. I like the Crimson laser grips. But this one, again, is built in. As you pull that thing out, you see my finger. I can easily tap that button. Laser's on, flash off. It's so easy to pull out and do that. Now, while I was there, you know, even though I have a concealed carry permit, I can get it the same day. You know, I'm looking around at holsters because I'm like, I want one that's in my pocket, but I don't want a clip. I don't, you know, the one that clip on, whether it's a clip on inside or outside. I don't want that. I want less bulky as possible. And the guy's like, well, let me show you this holster. It's specifically made for the gun you bought today that has the laser in it and everything. It is made for that exact model, and it's made to go in your pocket. And it kind of looks like a wallet or a cell phone or something. If someone was standing there looking at your leg or something, they would have no idea because it's rectangle. So he brings out this, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, what the hell? He's like, yeah, it's actually designed to go in this holster, and it sticks tight. Let me tell you something. It's a bit of a bear to take out, but I'll show you this. And it takes a little bit of working to get in there, not bad, but getting it out is like, whoa. However, this is it inside fully. This is what it looks like. So you could put that down in your pocket, and it has this little circular hole. It's hard to mistake. It's a pure circle. You're not going to accidentally put your finger in here and not know. You know it's in this circle. And you can pull it out easily. And again, because of the way I'm rolling, even if I pulled the trigger, it's not going to shoot because I just don't run around with one in the chamber. I just don't. And again, I don't have the safety on this model because if I did, pull it out, emergency, cock, still can't fire, stupid safety, I forgot about that. And I understand safety is what it's safe. It's designed to give you an extra safety measure so that it will not fire unless you got that thing clicked off. My other M&Ps don't have it at all. I don't even know if they make them with it. And this doesn't. But that's my mindset. I don't run around with one in the chamber where I can pull that trigger and it's going to shoot. I have to cock it. Again, I feel like if I see something going down or something's coming at me, I'm going to have a very quick enough time to hit that thing fast. I'm not concerned. But that's just my style. So this goes in your pocket, and it looks like a wallet sitting inside your pocket, and I have jeans on today that I need to throw away because they're a little tight, a little old and a little tight on me, if you know what I mean. They need to be thrown out. But anyways, I put this sucker right in there, which is good because my other jeans fit great in bigger pockets. These are older, when I was a 32 waist. Now I'm a 34. Sometimes, depending on the jeans, I wear a 36 and a belt. Hate to say that, but whatever. This will slide right in there a sweat. Pull it out. I can cock it. And I can shoot it right out of the holster. You don't have to touch a thing. If I need to change the magazine, same thing. Hit the button. Magazine pops out. Put another one in. Done. This holster is designed to be shot right out of. Pull out of your pocket and shoot it. That's why he showed me that, and I'm like, sold. It was like $40 at the store. I probably could have found it online cheaper. Trying to see if made in USA. That's a good thing. 110U7. I just want to see, in case people are asking, what is that? What is that? 110U7 actually. Holster. Pocket shot. Okay. Pocket shot. That's it. It is called the Pocket Shot. And even online, it's $44.99. I think I paid $39.99 for myself, actually. Choose your gun manufacturer, Smith & Wesson. Select the model. It's the Bodyguard. There it is. With Insight M&P Bodyguard with integrated red. Yep, that's mine. So I would pick that one normally. And that would be a black color fit, which is only one fit. Anyways, I'm just going through some random website that came up. DeSantisholster.com. Anyways, it's called the Pocket Shot, but the part number for this specific gun that I got is 110U7. I've never had a holster like this. I was wearing it today, put it in my pocket, and I walked around the whole neighborhood. I got home, I was just kind of feeling out. My wallet, my left side, pistol on the right side. It felt great. So, boy, should I have a commercial on here right now for like some manufacturer of a gun, bullets. This is a freebie for Jason 4. So, gun manufacturers, bullet manufacturers, and holster manufacturers, you got one for free from Jason 4 because I really like this one. I feel like doing a video on it. Never done a video like this, really. And while I'm not going to call myself an expert in firearms, I definitely know my way around all kinds of different firearms. So now for the bullet. These bullets are made by Hornady. Critical Defense is the specific type. This is 25 in a pack, 380 APC, and they look like this. Back that off a little bit. You see that little red tip in there. Now the critical thing, which is why I was glad that I got to see this next thing I'm going to show you, from LuckyGunner.com, they've got an incredible chart of all kinds of ammunitions, from the 380 to the 9mm to the 40, 45, and it shows you penetration depth, the 12 to 18 inch FBI standard, which is where you really want your bullet to be, and then expansion. How is the bullet expanding? Because naturally you're going to have a defensive bullet, which is a hollow point. So when it hits the gel, the ballistic gel, what does it do? It needs to mushroom out. How much does it mushroom out? And they did 5 shots on each bullet. On each caliber, each of these different brands of ammo. So I found a 380, and I found 2 that really stood out to me, and only one of them had the expansion or mushrooming of the bullet. Because once the bullet goes inside, you're trying to shoot someone and hurt them. First of all, it's a 380. It's a small bullet. So you need maximum damage to stop an intruder. So therefore you need maximum expansion possible. So when the bullet goes in, it expands, causes more damage, etc. So I found, again, these Hornady Critical Defense. Now they also make one just called a Hornady 90 grain XTP. Had just a hair more penetration, which I'm going to show you this right now, which is right here, these 2 right here. And you can see some down here. This looks like a good bullet too, right? Remington 88 hollow point. Except if you look over to the right, these are the pictures of basically the tip unfired and then 5 shots that were fired. Bullet tips what they look like afterwards. So long story short, this is the one that I got, the FTX Critical Defense. Had just a hair over a ½ inch diameter, which is good for a bullet like this, definitely. And this is ultimately the result of all 5 bullets. This is the before in the middle with the red tip. And then when it went into the gel and ultimately stopped, this is the result. That is a fantastic result to have all 5 come out looking almost identical like this, mushrooming out beautifully. However, if you look at the this one, the Hornady 90 grain, it's still within the 12 to 18 range. Just a few of these bullets are just a hair further inside or further in, in depth or whatever in the gel than the ones above it. However, when you look at it, this is the result. This one barely did anything. This one looks okay. This one looks hardly like anything happened. Again, this one looks okay. And then this one, another one looks like almost like it's hardly even been fired. I don't want inconsistency because these are 5 rounds being shot in a gel, like right there on the spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're not like, switching guns. It's all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I looked down all these, first of all, you want them to be in the middle here. So everything that was here, and I looked at this, the Remington 88. Oh, this is great. It's got real good penetration. They're all really close. Expansion is only 0.35 of an inch instead of 0.52 like the other one. And again, when I look at it, this looks terrible to me. This looks terrible to me. And I looked at all these again, and the best looking one are these Critical Defense by Hornady. Looks fantastic. So when you take a bullet like this and you load that baby into a 380, you have maximum stopping power for that particular gun, even though it shoots a smaller round that normally isn't that deadly, so to speak. Certainly any gun can kill anybody, but compared to a 40 caliber or something, or even a 9 mil is still going to have more stopping power than that. In this particular chart, you can go down to 9 mil, 40, and I think and 45, and they do the same tests. And you're essentially looking for the same thing. You want it to be in that center lane, that center green spot on the chart, and you want great expansion. You want and not just great expansion. All of those bullets should look very, very close to being mushroomed open and, fully expanded, basically. So I just wanted to share that with you. I got this thing today. It was on sale. I already filed online to get my rebate. Yes, I got the extra, holster or whatever. And there's something else I thought I got. Oh, yeah, the box of ammo. Forgot about that, but yeah. And this is what it looks like in the magazine. 6 rounds. So that's it. I would highly recommend this little gun. It's a great gun. Had very, very high reviews all over the internet. Now, I will tell you, I have not shot it yet. But based on the enormous amount of reviews that I've seen, and the way people are commenting, what they're saying about it, and the fact that I own 2 other Smith & Wessons, and I had another one before that years and years and years ago, and they were of the M&P style, I'm pretty certain this is going to be, a good gun anyways. I just didn't have time to shoot it off at the range. But I wanted a 380, even if I was like, well, I don't like the trigger as much. Look, I don't care if it's not perfect. As long as it can do what I need it to do, fits in my pocket, it looks like a freaking wallet or a cell phone in my pocket, and I can pull it out. Not only can I pull it out, I can use this thing, leave it holstered, because again, I don't want to be rubbing the paint and stuff off my gun constantly in and out of my pocket, so it does cover it, protect it a little bit, and it helps make it look like there's not a gun in your pocket. So, a little quick review of mine. Very happy so far. I'm going to go to the gun range in the near future. May take a couple of my kids. I'd like to take my wife down there and let her try it out too, because honestly, I'd like her to get a concealed carry permit and have one of these things in her purse or something. But I think I remember having a conversation with her a while back, and maybe we both concluded that the chance of her going there and pulling it out and being able to shoot somebody was like, she just ended up dead anyways. So I'd like to convince her otherwise. Have something like that in your purse. Also, don't have it cocked, or in your case, maybe you want the safety. But again, an emergency, if someone's coming at you, you think you're about to get mugged, your brain's just going to know, pull this thing out, and, you know, all I got to do is cock it. I can remember that. But I cock it, hit the little switch, you know. I'm a big proponent of safety, but sometimes it's just too much, especially if you're rolling like I do without one in the chamber. That's it. Wanted to share that with you. If you get one, if you've had one, oh yeah, I have that, I've shot it, it's great, leave a comment. That's it. No. I want to tell you where I bought some ammo today online also. Because this at the gun store was like 24 bucks. I found a site, I just searched for the ammo, that particular kind I wanted, and Google said, here you go. And I checked this site, checked that site. Even cheaper than dirt was more expensive. And this site is called ammunitiondepot.com. And they have this for like $16.97. Reviews, 4.5 stars. Fantastic. Now, I noticed they also have the Federal Premium HydroShock 380 for $29 with 5-star reviews. Only 2 people reviewed that one, though. However, wait a minute, HydroShock, it was on the list. HydroShock was on the list, so I went back, and the HydroShock went way past the penetration that it should have, which you might think, oh, that's good. Not necessarily. But when I looked, which I'll show you, when I looked at the end result, this is what they look like. Again, not real satisfied with that. And as far as the size of that, it's only, what we got, HydroShock, 0.36 of an inch. The one I was showing you was 0.52. Pretty significant difference. Spread out more, compacted more. Again, it's going to do more damage. It has more stopping power. And with a 380, you must have stopping power if you're going to do anything. So I may hopefully have helped some of you decide on a nice little concealed carry. Again, I'm getting nothing from nobody. This isn't a paid advertisement. This is nothing. This is me deciding today. I've been thinking about this. It's been on my mind for a long time. I want to conceal carry nowadays even more than I've ever have before. And when I carry my 40, it's too much. I feel my hip a little bit. I don't like it. Even with that kind of cool holster I have, you know, it's just bulky. I don't like it. I love being able to put this freaking thing in my pocket and pull it right out. Boom. Love it. Take care.